Okay, bin just sanitized. Always sanitize every single time you're prepping food. So we always sanitize the surfaces every time we prep. And you use this sanitizer or bleach, okay? And you put it in here.
Yeah.
Just how much? Just a little bit, little pour?
We've got a, depending on how much water you put in there, but this cup to that mark, and then there's a mark here, that's how full you fill it.
Oh, okay.
That much bleach, that much water.
Okay, beautiful.
And then you use that liquid in this.
In that red bucket.
And then we'll wipe down.
Okay, and you had already sprayed something on the countertop as well on top of that.
There's different ways to sanitize.
Yeah.
This is the typical way that they're going to be doing.
Okay.
And then you use a towel soaked in that sanitizing solution. You put that underneath your cutting board. Anytime you're going to have a cutting board, this will keep the cutting board from slipping around on that table.
Okay.
Now it's secure and it's sanitized and it's a clean area.
Okay.
Today we're cutting bananas for fruit kits.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
I just washed my hands and we're going to put some gloves on.
Okay.
I'm just letting my hands dry. It's hard to put gloves on wet hands.
Okay, and the gloves are up there.
Gloves are up there.
Got it. Does it matter which gloves you use, or are they all kind of the same? Black and blue?
Blue ones are the mediums, the black ones are the extra large.
Okay.
So yeah.
Nice.
We don't have small. This is the smallest glove we have is a medium.
Okay.
Black or fur.
Nice. And this is for the fruit kits. You're doing the bananas and you're going to freeze them.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'll pull this trash can closer.
Okay.
Without using my hands, I just kicked it over.
Yeah. Oh, so you don't touch the trash can with your hands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, these banana shells, I'm going to save them for, I forgot, I'm going to put these in my compost at home.
Oh, okay.
In my garden. So this would be the one time I'm not going to put it in the garbage can.
Okay. So a lot of times you will put it in the garbage can.
Yeah, depending on what we're cutting, like meat and stuff like that.
Okay.
Get a brand new, clean, sanitized knife.
Brand new, clean, sanitized knife.
As you see, I've lined up the bananas one next to the other. Now we're cutting multiple at one time. We work smarter, not harder.
Boom.
What we're going to do is we're going to have one layer of bananas in here, and then we're going to put a separating separation between the two layers so that the bananas don't freeze into one big solid banana ice cube.
Okay, got it.
Which is a pain in the boots.
Yeah. Nice. Ben.
If you ever need to move something around on a cutting board like these pieces, use the back of the knife so you're not dulling. You don't want to dull the blade of the knife. You use the back of the knife to.
Okay.
Anything that you're going to move around on there.
Got it. That makes sense. So you're not dulling the knife.
Yes. Something I forgot is any employees other than me would have to wear a cut glove underneath their food safe glove. A cut glove is cut resistant.
Okay.
To prevent slicing your little fingies off.
Okay, and where do you get a cut glove?
Cut gloves are in our cut glove bag, which is right here.
Okay.
It's a Walmart bag, but we'll have different containers that carry these.
Okay.
And that's the cut gloves. They're
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Nice. Look at that. You do all 3 bananas peeled at once. That is some mad skills.
I'm a banana chief. I can handle bananas pretty well.
Moving right along. Cranking it out.
So now we need to put a separator in there.
Put a separator. What's that?
I'll show you.
Okay. Now we got after the 3 bananas, you're getting a separator. Up there. Oh, okay. So then you're doing this in layers, so it's
Yeah.
not one big ice block. That's
Yep.
what you're saying.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. And so,
Essentially, we'll just fill this up,
uh-huh.
and then of course put it into the freezer. But at this point, it'll be redundant to film anymore. But yeah, this is how it's going to go.
Okay.
Fill it, and then once you get one single.
Do you go
la-
3 high or 2 high?
Oh no,
Do you
we're
do
gonna
separator?
fill this all the way up. Oh,
All the
it's
way
gonna
up.
be one layer, one single layer of bananas.
Yep.
And then you put the next cover on.
Okay.
If
Until it's all the way full.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
If you let that go, a couple pieces of banana high, then it's gonna be a big chunk. Now, if you've got like one banana piece that's on top of another one, or two,
Yeah.
that's fine. We're not gonna like
Yeah.
be total Nazis about it.
Right.
But for sure, the general rule is when it's about one
Yes.
layer across.
Which is about 3 bananas worth in this pan.
And this
Okay.
whole thing, yeah.
Awesome.
And we might be using other trays or other containers at different points.
Okay.
So it's not always going to be the same amount, of course, if it's a different container that
Yeah.
we're using. This is the very first time I've done it like this.
Okay.
So we might change this. I might figure out a better way, or
Yeah.
this might be the way that we always do it. But
Okay.
generally, what the one rule that's going to carry over is it's going to be about one
About
banana
one layer.
Each layer
You don't
is-
want them stacked on top
Yes.
of each other. You want them spread out so
Yeah.
they can
Now,
freeze.
There's a couple of these bananas are on top of other pieces. That's fine.
That's fine.
But it's going to be about the majority, 95% of this tray is one banana.
Yes. Got it.
Which is what we're. Okay.
Beautiful. Okay. Now and then we do another layer.
Yep.
Perfect.
And it's obviously you hold them parallel to each other like that. It's like one level surface of bananas.
Okay.
Grab that, whatever this
Right.
is called, the nub. Bend it that
That's
way.
amazing how you do that. Okay, and these bananas have to be right. They have to be yellow, not green.
Yeah. Always use, never more green. The tips are green on these. Any more than that, I wouldn't use them.
Okay.
You want to let your
That's
bananas,
as
These are
green as you want to go.
Yeah, exactly.
We like yellow bananas.
Yellow, even spotted bananas. are
Even
better.
spotted,
Yeah.
black, little black in them,
Yeah.
no big deal.
Yeah.
And then cut it like this, but normally it's 3 at a time.
It doesn't matter. You can do as many as you want. But
Uh-huh.
just cutting them like that,
Yeah,
and then you
that's probably a more efficient way to cut it.
You could cut. You can also use your flexible tray like that.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to. You don't need to grab handfuls, which is again you're going to get your gloves all dirty and
Mm-hmm.
it's less efficient. Just make sure that those are all
As separated as possible so they don't freeze together as one
that
block.
way, when you make your fruit kits with these, they come apart easily. And
Yeah.
You don't have a big ice cube full of banana chunks.
Beautiful. Okay. Okay, so he went 3 layers here, and he wants to make sure you can close the lid when he puts it in the freezer.
You want it so that when you pull this out of the freezer, it's going to be as easy as possible to take these frozen banana pieces and put them into your fruit kits with as little problem as possible.
Yes,
Super important.
beautifully
We're going
done.
to take these up to this is our fruit freezer. I don't know if we'll ever put meat into this.
Okay,
We just got this freezer.
yep, brand new freezer.
We're going to keep non-meat items in this freezer.
Yep. Okay, and so so we just put the lid on.
All right, now, well, when we switch tasks, we take our gloves off, put them in the garbage. Now, wash hands. Whenever you take your gloves off, health department rules are, you take gloves off, wash hands every time you're going to switch tasks,
Every time you switch tasks.
and then dry with disposable towels.
Okay,
Now, with this, we're going to label the top of the box. We're going to put some tape on there.
okay,
We're going to write banana, and then we're going to date it.
okay. So you had a Sharpie on the fridge.
Sharpies
Yeah.
on the fridge. We'll have Sharpies all over the place. We got Velcro tape. So BAN, that's short for.
For banana.
Yeah, it is banana. That's
Yep.
true. I forgot.
BAN.
BAN
Yeah.
for banana. And then today's date is it's today's the 10th, 9th? What's today's date?
Good question.
10th.
Today's the 10th, so you put
6/10.
6/10, so bananas 6/10.
And that way when we open that freezer, if we cut bananas tomorrow, and then we have them both frozen. It would say 611. You'd want to use this one.
This one first. Yeah.
FIFO stands for first in, first out. FIFO.
Yep.
FIFO. First in, first out. So
Yep.
we always want to we date things so that we know which ones to use first when we open that up.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
way we can-
Okay. And then so if there's already some bananas in here, you're gonna put this underneath.
Exactly.
You're gonna put, this is a brand new freezer you just bought. So let's say there's already bananas in there, you put them underneath.
Yep.
Boom.
Flower power.
Okay, so you're making a list of how much you got. 2 or 3 tangerine screens.
Yep.
You're double checking your inventory.
Yeah, just so we know how many we have for the day. So
Yeah.
I've only got 2 green colada fruit pits made.
Yeah.
Um,
So we need to make some more.
we got to make some more. At the time of this video, we don't have those pars for you yet, but by the time you're working for this company, you're going to have to make, say, for instance, 15. You have to start every day with 15 tangerine screens, 20 berry flower powers, and
Yeah.
8 green coladas or how
8, yep.
That's just it's a hypothetical.
Hypothetical.
We don't know how
You'll have a
many-
certain number that you want prepped before it starts every day.
Precisely. We don't know how many we're going to be selling at that point. Summer's just barely starting, and we really haven't started. We haven't sold very many smoothies,
But that's coming because these smoothies are amazing. Oh, baby.
that's all we do is amazing.
Baby, that's
No-
all we do.
No other option.
Yes.